Hey everyone, this is Michael. I was talking with Candace a couple weeks ago about different ways that I could help during this really weird time that we're in, where we have to stay indoors and we can't see our friends and all that stuff. And I told her that I work with a lot of kids who have these really, really big thoughts and feelings in their heads that they have a super hard time controlling or dealing with. And sometimes when they have these really big thoughts and feelings, they get mad or sad and just need a little extra help. My job is to help them with those thoughts and feelings and make sure that they can make good choices and use their words and talk to people so that they can get the help they need, or that they can just do good things like hang out with family and friends and go to school and all that good stuff. And I thought, hey, what if I made a video to help some of the kids here deal with any thoughts and feelings they have that they might be having a hard time dealing with? Because it is a really scary time where we can't go outside and see our friends, and we're not going to school, and all kinds of weird stuff is happening. And we have to go to church on the computer instead of actually going to church, which is kind of weird. So I thought, why not try making a video? So I did, and this is the video. I had this really good idea that I wanted to write down and show you guys this cool drawing I made to help us deal with our thoughts and feelings that we sometimes might not know what to do with, or might be a little scary or sad. And it just didn't work. And I tried it once. Didn't work out very good. So I tried it again. Same thing. And I kept trying it a bunch of different, I kept drawing the same thing, and I had this great idea, and oh man, I really want to do this thing. And I just got more and more frustrated until I kind of couldn't even do it anymore. And I was kind of like this piece of paper. And at the beginning, this whole big piece of paper. And every time I tried it, it was like I took another fold and another fold and another fold until I couldn't even figure out how to fold it anymore. I couldn't fold it anymore. Maybe you could even try that with a piece of paper. See how many times you can fold it in half before it just doesn't work anymore. And that's kind of like how sometimes we really want something to happen. Maybe we want to see our friends. Maybe we want something to eat, or we want to do something, or we're trying a project or playing a game, and we keep trying and it just doesn't work, and it doesn't work. And we keep getting frustrated and frustrated, and we keep trying and keep trying, and it's really, really hard. Because that's what it was like for me. I think it's really easy for that to happen to us all the time, especially when we're inside all the time. It's kind of weird. It's getting into spring, and we want to be doing other things. And we might be kind of like this piece of paper. Maybe we feel all squished inside. Normally we feel like this. Maybe we feel like a big piece of paper, and there's all kinds of things you can do with a piece of paper. It's kind of crinkled down because I folded it a lot, but maybe maybe there are other times and you just get folded up and you feel squished and small and frustrated. That can happen. That happens to adults all the time. I think it's scary. And today, I think I want to show you maybe a different way of doing things. Maybe we try to keep going instead of like trying something a little bit different. So I want to show you something that I learned to help me deal with those feelings. Because when I get those feelings, I get really energetic or I get really slow. It depends on what kind of feelings. Maybe I feel both at the same time. So I wanted to show you maybe something we could do to help deal with that. I had this paper that was all crumpled up, right? I had this paper that was all folded up. And that's how we feel sometimes. That's how I feel sometimes, right? And that's okay because everyone feels this way sometimes. And that's okay. It's okay if you feel like these papers. And what I realized is that sometimes when we keep trying the same thing over and over and over, that's how we end up. When we end up like this, it's because we've kept doing the same thing over and over and over. And it just got us folded up and smaller and crumpled up. It's because we kind of let those emotions take over. Whatever we're feeling in our bodies or thinking in our minds kind of takes over. And we don't really think about what we're doing. It just kind of happens. Maybe it's getting sad, maybe it's getting angry, all kinds of different things. Maybe you could talk with someone about what those things are for you and listen for what the other person in the conversation thinks too. Because it can be really important to learn what other people, what makes them feel kind of crinkled up and small. And when they feel crinkled up and small, are they angry? Are they sad? Are they upset? It can be helpful to know. What I realized is I don't always have to keep trying the same thing when I have those thoughts. I can start to say, ooh, I'm starting to get angry. I'm starting to get really, really angry. I don't like this. Maybe I can try something different. Or maybe I could tell someone, I could use my words and say, hey, I'm getting really upset right now. Or all kinds of different things, right? When we start to feel like this might be us, we can learn to do different things so we don't end up this way. Maybe instead of this, we can end up something interesting. Maybe instead of getting folded up, we can actually turn those feelings into something interesting. It's kind of hard to tell what this is. We can end up folded into something, that's really cool and interesting and neat. It's really hard. And I can say this, it's easier for me maybe because I'm a grown-up and I've had lots of practice. But that's the key, is you got to practice and practice. Because what I got to make here, this is an origami fish. Now this fish took me a while to make. You can see a couple here. So why don't you take a few minutes and use the instructions to make one of these or two of these yourselves. And what we can write on it is maybe some of the thoughts that we want to work on, that we have when we get upset and feel like we want to be crumpled into a paper ball. We feel all folded up like this. I can't get folded anymore. I'm so mad, right? Feel bad. We can write in our thoughts, what are the thoughts that we want to turn into something better than just feeling crumpled up and all folded like that? Because that's not a very good feeling to feel. So I'll show you an example of one. It says, I am so nervous to do this video. Because I am. I'm a little scared of doing this stuff because I'm not there with you, and I don't know what kind of thoughts or feelings you have that might make you feel this way. You don't know me very well, and it can be weird when someone you don't know talks to you. So I'm super nervous to do this, and this is one of the thoughts I made, because I spent a long time worrying about this, and I got all folded up trying to make this video. So I'm trying to practice what I'm telling you and make some of these. So I have a very cool activity for us to do next time. It's actually going to involve some of these fish, which is why we're going to make it today. Okay? Oh, and one other thing. You can kind of see my fish here. Has a little bit of a tail that's kind of off, right? I made another fish to practice. This is what the other fish looks like. You can see the tail on this one's a little bit better than this fish, right? And that's okay. Because guess what? Even this fish, it's better than ending up like this, right? It's not a perfect fish, but guess what? I have other papers that I can use. I can stand up and walk around. I can do all kinds of things, so I don't get into here like this. I can just become something like this, and maybe I can practice some more, even make it a little bit better. So have fun making your fish and maybe talking about some of the things that happen to you that make you feel all crumpled up inside and make you have a really, really hard time and feel all small and folded and upset. So it can be helpful because we don't always know that. I'm sure you don't know the things that make me feel that way. And I sure as heck don't know the things that make you feel that way. So it's important to learn to talk about them. And I'll give us some words next time that we can use and try to give us some ways we can handle those thoughts and emotions.